Hello, beautiful souls. It is a beautiful Sunday morning. I hope you are enjoying your weekend. Summer is on its way, and I am thrilled about it. Cannot wait for everything to wake up and come back to life. I'm excited. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful summer this 2024 for everyone. I can just feel it, especially for those of us that are going through an awakening, because even though there is craziness going on all over the world, when we go through an awakening, we are always that calm center amidst the storm, right? When you look at a hurricane, the eye of the hurricane is always calm and peaceful. No matter how crazy the storm is raging around it, that eye of the storm is always peaceful. And your awakening is like that. You are still witnessing the chaos of the world, yet you are that calm, peaceful center that always remains untouched by the storm, okay? When you go through this awakening, that's why you're going through it, right? That's why you've gotten into this beautiful situation, going through the darkness of the soul and ego death, awakening to the true self, the divine nature within you. You're going through all of that so that you can withstand these stormy times that are happening in the world, and you're unaffected by them. You're unaffected by them because you are not part of them. You are in the center. You are in the eye of the storm, witnessing the storm. You become that witness, the observer that is unaffected. And that is a beautiful thing. So we're going to look at the karmic relationship for your divine masculine today. And we're going to look to see what's going on in the karmic situation, if they're with a karmic partner, or if they've gone through a breakup, if they're, just starting to date someone, any kind of karmic partner that might be involved. Sometimes this can be even like a group of friends. It could be family members, things like that. There are a lot of karmic partners that we deal with, but oftentimes it's romantic relationships that our divine masculine is dealing with outside of the one between us and them. And we oftentimes have curiosity. So this first question is the nature of the karmic relationship, the karmic relationship between your divine masculine and this other person. And so for this, we have 5 of Swords. So the nature of their relationship is kind of based upon, it's kind of 2 things. It's based upon things that happened prior to their meeting, as well as the patterns and the connection. So this card kind of gives us a feeling for both, because what happened prior to the relationship is why this relationship kind of came into their life in the first place. This is what they attracted in, because this was the vibration and frequency that they were carrying at the time that they met. And so karmics teach us something about where we're at and the stages in our life. And that's why they met. So with this card, we have feelings of loss, kind of a lack mindset, being in a place of not really necessarily feeling good enough. And so we oftentimes do not feel worthy of love in a state like that. We definitely feel unlovable. And if we're feeling unlovable ourselves, being able to gift the love within ourselves to another becomes very difficult, because we really do need to love ourselves before we can properly love someone else, which automatically puts this relationship in a place of not being able to be healthy, okay? It doesn't mean that the relationship itself is unhealthy from a spiritual sense, because karmics are healthy for us in a spiritual sense, because they show us a lot about who we are and where we're at. But from a 3D perspective, it may appear to be very unhealthy. And the reason why is the divine masculine and their karmic partner are both in a place of seeking and needing validation outside of themselves. And so they're putting a huge pressure on each other to live up to expectations that may not be realistic for each one of their paths. It's something that they need to learn to fulfill on their own, but they haven't learned how to do that. And so they're expecting somebody else to do that. And so they're placing that pressure and that blame on someone else. And that's not good for any relationship. It's definitely not good for your divine masculine's relationship with this person. It's going to create a lot of arguing, a lot of tension, a lot of unmet needs, a feeling of lack in the relationship. What is the main lesson for the relationship that they are in? What is the main lesson that they are meant to take from this, or that it is providing them with? And for this, we have 8 of Swords. These are self-imposed restrictions, feeling stuck and unable to escape circumstances. Your divine masculine and their karmic partner is learning that they are in self-imposed bondage. But they're not there yet. They're still in a place of blaming each other rather than taking responsibility for themselves. And they will remain in a place of feeling bound by this relationship and imprisoned by it until they realize that it is a self-imposed prison and that they are only there because they have chosen to be there. Now, that doesn't mean that they have to leave the relationship necessarily to learn to change the relationship by first changing what's going on within them. Once they free themselves and by taking responsibility for where they're at in life, for their own perspectives, for their own emotions, for their own mental state of being, then everything in their outside world will change, even their relationship with this karmic partner. And this karmic partner is there to kind of show them a lot of what they don't want. They're also there to show them how they are out of alignment with what it is that they do want. They're there to kind of hold up the mirror, because how their partner is acting and behaving in ways that they don't like is actually kind of a mirror of themselves. They are sharing and matching that same energy, which is why they're attracting that energy for this other person. And so this other person is like a mirror. It holds it up in front of them like, hey, you are all the things you don't like about me too. That is a hard thing. It's a hard lesson for all of us to learn. We all have to learn it though. Not just your divine masculine and their karmic partner. We have karmic partners too that we've had to learn those lessons from, or are even possibly still learning lessons like that from our karmic partners. As many of you divine feminines are still in karmic relationships yourselves. What is it that you, divine feminine, are already aware of in kind of witnessing and watching from afar this karmic relationship of your divine masculines? For this, we have the Tower. You are already aware that change and upheaval are going to happen in your divine masculine's life. You don't know how, you don't know when, you don't know what it's going to look like, but you know that great change is coming and that many things in your divine masculine's life are going to change, and certain things are going to fall apart and crumble. And you know this, divine feminine, because you are on the spiritual journey that you're on. And you know it's happening for you, and so you know it's also going to be happening for your divine masculine. Now, this is not something that you can do for them, that you can help them with. There's nothing that you need to do specifically other than focus on your own journey and putting your attention and your energy on yourself and your own ascension. But you know some stuff is coming for your divine masculine. You know that there is going to be like a potential breakup or a, divorce or a relocation. You just know that there's some big things that are going to be happening in your divine masculine's life that are going to change how they act and behave, how they show up, and the environment that they are in and the relationships that they're in. You know that already. All right, what is the shadow work that is still needed? What shadow work is still needed? Six of Wands. An allowance of feeling like an allowance of feeling accomplishment, not staying in a lack mindset, being able to maybe acknowledge or I guess receive recognition is probably more what it is. Sometimes we don't feel valuable or worthy. And so like love is kind of like a battery, right? Like there's love that is received and love that is given. You are that love which you are seeking. However, it's kind of like it's got its own positive and negative flow of energy. And sometimes we are givers and we will give love. And so our output, our positive, like push energy of love is there and we will give it to others. But our receptive acceptance of love from others is blocked because of trauma. Sometimes it's the opposite. We are takers. And so we will take. We will allow ourselves to receive love from others. But giving love isn't so easy for us. That is more blocked. And that also comes from trauma. And it can manifest in different ways for us. With your divine masculine, it seems to me that there is a block in one of these areas. They're either very, very comfortable receiving love or they're very, very comfortable giving love, but the opposite is something that they struggle with. I'd say that this card right here is kind of pointing more toward receiving love is something very, very difficult for your divine masculine. They can give love, they can show love, they can do things for other people, they can give gifts, they can, do acts of service for others, but they don't really feel worthy of it being done to themselves. So when you or someone that they care about, or even their karmic partner that they're with, does something for them, they desperately want that, which is part of the issue, but they're not allowing themselves to receive it. Now, even if they receive it through action, it doesn't mean that they receive it in like an internal way. My mom used to do this. She would say to me, Andrea, I love you. And I would think to myself, that felt really good. But then I would feel like I wasn't worthy of that love. And so I would have a dialogue in my mind with, it feels good to know that she loves me, but if she knew the real me, she wouldn't love me. Or if she knew that I had done this thing, then she wouldn't love me anymore. And so I didn't feel worthy of the love. It almost felt like it was fake. Like if someone loved me, I felt like they didn't love me for the right reasons because I didn't love myself. I wasn't capable of receiving love because I didn't love myself. And so I would always kind of discount the love that was being given to me by others. And once I learned to love myself, then I was actually truly open to receiving love from others. And I did feel worthy of that love. And it just opened up for me. And it was the same thing. I would be able to give love, but I didn't feel worthy of receiving it. And I was desperately giving it, though, in hopes that I would receive it. But even when I would receive it, I would reject it. Not outwardly, not through like, telling them like, oh, I reject your love, but I would say thank you and I love you too. But in my mind, I didn't believe that I was really, really worthy of the love that they were giving me. And I think this is something that your divine masculine is very much struggling with, feeling worthy of receiving love. That's a tough spot to be in. A lot of us struggle with that. And it comes from trauma. Oftentimes childhood trauma, it comes from relationship trauma. Our school systems and our religious systems oftentimes make us feel unworthy of love. All right. Past healing that has already been accomplished. What is the past healing that has already been accomplished? Three of Swords. Everything's been upright today. It's really interesting. They've already been through a lot of heartbreak. They've already been through potentially like breakups. They may have already even broken up with this karmic person or be in the process of breaking up with this karmic person. But there's still a lot of emotional entanglement that they're dealing with. When we're looking at these readings, there's a lot of our perception that is projected onto it. So you got to really look at it through discernment, because each one of your situations is going to be different. Some of you are going to have or you're going to have divine masculines that are still married. Some of you are going to have divine masculines that are in the process of a divorce, or maybe they're in just a separation from their partner. Some of them have already gone through a divorce, but they are so not ready for a relationship because they are still so emotionally entangled or damaged by the prior relationship. Even if this karmic partner is no longer in your divine masculine's life and they don't even talk to him anymore, they may still be being very much affected by this person. And then that's what this reading is about. So I want you to kind of look at it for whatever your situation is. I want you to look at it from that perspective. Okay, your divine masculine has been through a lot and is still going through a lot. So they may have a lot of depression and sadness that they've gone through. Maybe they've done a lot of work and they're starting to come out of it. There are many stages that your divine masculine could be in. They may have gone through a divorce and now they're in a relationship with somebody else, and it's not a very great relationship, but they have replaced the same energy from the person that they divorced with a new karmic partner, and they just have a different face and a different name, and they're still working out patterns. Okay, there's a lot of ways this can manifest, but they've already learned a lot of lessons that have come from, getting their heart broken a little bit. And that's okay. These are things that we all go through again. This is not just something that happens to our divine masculines. We as divine feminines can relate a lot to that in our lives. We've all got a past. We've all got history. We've all got relationships. We've all got karmic partners that we've dealt with. And it's all part of the divine plan. Once we've gone through an awakening, we've not just gone through an awakening, and then all of a sudden now we're on a spiritual path. We've always been on a spiritual path. Why? Because we are the spirit that is on the path. So whether we were consciously aware of it or not, doesn't change the fact that we were still on a spiritual path. It's just that now we've become aware of it. And it didn't start when we became aware of it. That's where we became aware of it. It's significant, but it's not where it started. It started because you are a soul and it's been going on for however long it's been needing to go on, right? In this life, we're looking at our 3D world now, but how many lives have you lived? How many experiences have you had? How many transformations? Probably more than you think. And same for your divine masculine. You guys are connected at the level of the soul. These are all your soul's incarnations. Many, many, many. What is the final step on this healing journey that signals that your divine masculine is kind of getting over this karmic stuff. Okay, this karmic partner that they've been entangled with. What are the indications that they are on that final step in this healing journey? And for this, it is our only reversed card here, which is the High Priestess. So they've experienced a lot of clouded insight and blocked intuition. When you start to see that your divine masculine is starting to see things through like a clear lens, when you see that they are starting to tap into intuition, and you will know this through their words, through their actions, through the energy, through their behavior, their response to things, you'll know. Trust me, you will know. When you see that they're starting to act differently or more in alignment, more from that, like maybe the divine feminine within them is starting to wake up and they're starting to kind of, things are starting to click for them. Because remember, we carry both energies. Okay, it manifests a certain way in the twin flame dynamic, but within each one of our bodies, we have these two energies, right? As the individuals. And so when that energy is starting to awaken within them, you're going to know that they're leveling up in their journey and that they're letting go and kind of putting things into perspective in this karmic relationship. And that's when they're going to really become untangled from the energy of it, because the lessons that they will have needed to learn will have been learned. Okay, so you'll see it. You'll know it when that's going to happen. I'm going to get you guys your numerology number for today. So we have 42. Isn't that the answer to the universe right there? 42? Pretty sure. It's either 42 or 47. I can't remember, but I think it's 42. So we have 6, 24, or 42. Okay, or 4 and 2. If any of those numbers mean anything to you, it's meant for you. All right, let's see here. I don't know why that card's in there. Let me pull this out. If you guys have not already done so, please like and subscribe on this video. It really helps us out. We are still a small channel, so all the help that we can get is so greatly appreciated. We want to reach as many twin flames as possible to get this message out and to offer any help that we can along the way. We all know how incredibly difficult this journey can be, and we really want to give people a place where they can network and go within on this journey and be with like-minded people. We also have one-on-ones available on the website, and you can have a one-on-one with me, myself, or Cam. And also there are personal tarot readings available and group call memberships that you can get anywhere from 8 to 16 calls per month, where you get to talk to the coaches. I'm on all of those calls, and so is Cam, and also Brent. And then you have access to the Facebook group as well, the private Facebook group. We do have a public Facebook group as well, if you want to join that. We also have that, and we would love the opportunity to be able to talk with you. So we do have that free version of the Facebook group. And so if you're interested, please go network through that. And if you have questions, you guys can post them for free in there. All right, your oracle card today. I respect the property of others. Let's take a look at this. All right, so this is my Living with a Feather Heart Oracle of a Mentee Oracle deck. I love this one. It is really, really cool. It always has great information. So I respect the property of others. The word property has multifaceted layers of interpretation. It can define a quality or trait belonging to another person, an effect that an object has on another object or on that sense, something that is owned or possessed, or a virtue. In viewing the notion of respecting the property of others as an ideal to embody, looking at the layers of the word can assist you in getting to the root of its spiritual context. The properties we possess spiritually, mentally, physically, or emotionally, and the properties we own are two sides of one coin. As the inner spirit reflects to the outer world, what manifests and what we surround ourselves with in the sensory space are a direct reflection of the invisible intrinsic force within us. By this same token, we also reap what we sow. So every action, inaction, good deed, or use of poor judgment will find us in time. In embodying the ideal of respect, we are reminded of the first ideal to honor virtue, in particular, its pillar of prudence. By maintaining a balanced heart and mature mind, we are called to respect the property of others because there is no other. And as we respect the inner outer effects of one another, this good karma reflects right back to us. By practicing good judgment and exercising reason, we are reminded to see the properties of each individual from both a metaphorical and literal perspective as a resonant song within our life's symphony. And other is anything other than other. There is no separation, save for the illusion of the material world. A respectful person is a virtuoso of virtue. As you are confident in divine providence, and by being a trustworthy friend to all, you live in alignment with honesty in all of your decisions. To me, this kind of speaks to that part of us that what we do unto others, we do unto ourselves. That as within, so without, or as above, so below. We're all part of the same ecosystem. So to hurt another is to hurt ourselves. To do something unfair to anyone else is going to have cause and effect in our same world. So why would we ever want to hurt another? We're all part of the one. So, and even also hurting ourselves hurts others. We're not separate from one another. And that's what this is trying to say. There is no other. You are part of the whole, and the whole is part of you. You exist within creation, and you are creation itself. You are the universe, and you exist within the universe, but the universe also exists within you. There is no separation from it. It only appears that way in the illusion of the 3D world. And we're here to transcend that and overcome it, to recognize that we are part of the whole. You know, this right here is a wonderful symbol of enlightenment, the beauty within, the two becoming one. We have to respect where others are and trust and have faith that the same beautiful universe that is nurturing us to wholeness, in our wholeness, is also nurturing others in their wholeness. We don't need to worry about where they're at in their journey. We just need to look at our own and know we're exactly where we're supposed to be, and so are they. And that all that is meant to come to us will come to us in time. And we will learn all of the lessons that we're supposed to learn along the way. I hope this resonates with you guys. I really appreciate you guys being here today. I'm looking forward to doing some readings for you next week. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see you on Tuesday. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.